What's up guys, Dakota here, and welcome back to the Driven Mad channel. So, in today's video, we're gonna be kind of focusing a bit more in depth on the rear seats of the two-door Jeep. Now, I've made a couple of videos kind of going over in the past rear seat storage and kind of rear seat space. But there are a couple of things that I get questions on quite frequently, so I figured I'd make a video on it. And that is, the first thing is, when they're folded up, is there a way to keep them from flopping around when you're going, accelerating or braking, to keep them from just smacking all over the place? 2, actually removing them and how much do they weigh, as well as putting them back in. So in today's video, we're gonna focus on those 3 things. Also, after we're done doing that, we're gonna go take our first look at the Ram TRX, which if you're not familiar with that, is basically Ram's Raptor Fighter, the first Raptor competitor since the Raptors come out. With 700 horsepower and the Hellcat engine. So I'm pretty excited about that. As you guys know, if you're familiar with my channel, I'm a car guy, hence why I have a Jeep and a Corvette. So stuff like that makes me excited, and I want to go take a look at it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. All right, so here we go, the back seats of the Jeep. So first thing we're gonna do to fold them is we're gonna grab this, flip it up, and then push. And then you're just gonna push the whole thing, and then you're gonna grab here. Now they're flipped up, so you get a bit more space. But as you guys can see, they kind of flop around, and they're not really secure. But that's okay, because I'm gonna pull these back down. If you see these straps right here, these are what's gonna help us secure the seats to where they don't move around. So I will show you guys how to do that in just a second. All right, so we're on the passenger side of the Jeep, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip these seats forward. All right, so again, we've got the strap. Now, in order to secure this, we're going to, it's just kind of Velcroed on, so you're just gonna pull up on it. Now it's free, and if you look right here, there's like a little D-ring right here. And that's what we're gonna use to strap on, to strap the seats to. So right here, we're just gonna pull this down. And then as you guys can see, it's undone. So we're gonna just kind of slip it through here real quick. And then you can just kind of pull it to make it snug. And there you go. That's it. It's all Velcroed in, so now it's strapped to where it's not just gonna go all over the place. And there's the same thing on the other side, and I'll go ahead and show you guys that as well. All right, here we are on the driver's side. Flip it up, same strap. Undo it, then you're gonna find that D-ring, push it through, get it as snug as you want, and then boom. And now if you look, I'm giving it a pretty good tug there, and it's not wanting to come down. So that's how you secure them to where they're not gonna flop around. So like if you flip it up because you're putting your dog back here or whatever, you're not gonna have any issues with it falling on the dog or anything like that. So now let's go ahead and talk about, I'm going to undo those straps and talk about removing them and how much they weigh. All right, so once it's disconnected, then I'm just going to start to pull it back down, and then I'm actually going to just pick one side and then start tilting it towards me. That way it just makes it a little bit easier to get the whole thing out. So I usually just grab it by this little latch right here, this little D-ring, and then just start pulling it. And oops. And then once that's done, I'm gonna get out of the Jeep and just keep on pulling it. And then once it's like this, I kind of just grab right here, kind of squeeze my hand in between this plastic piece and the seat. And then I'm just gonna pull it out, grab it the same way on the other side, and there it is, it's out. All right, so here we got our extremely scientific scale, and now we're going to put the seats on it and see about how much it weighs. So I think it's right around 60-ish pounds. We'll see. So if you guys can see, that says about 68.2 pounds is how much those seats weigh. All right, so again, there's really no super scientific way to do this. You're just kind of manhandling this to get it back into place. So you're gonna wanna put these in first. So, and you wanna get these bigger hooks. I'll show you guys right here. You're gonna wanna get this part in first. So you're gonna have to kind of put it in like an angle and kind of tilt it a little bit to get these in first. And then once those are locked in, you can flip it forward, get the other side locked in. So again, no super scientific way to do this. It's just kind of moving the seats around until they get basically where you want them to be. And it's not really hard, it's just more kind of tedious. And sometimes what happens is when you set it down, the hook actually gets stuck on one of the other hooks that it's not supposed to go into. So it's, like I said, it just takes a little bit of finagling. Okay, you wanted to get this first latch in first right here, then that secondary one, and then once that is done, then it's basically back in place. And then all to do is, or all there's left to do, just grab it, latch it back down into these latches right here, pull it up, and there it is, back in place. So there you have it, guys. Pretty simple, not anything that's, you know, rocket science. Again, it's just kind of maneuvering the seats to get them back into place. It's not the, you know, it's pretty straightforward. It's just, there is no real science to getting them in and out. It's just moving it around until you get it in the position it needs to be in. But yeah, so now let's go ahead and check out that TRX. What's up, guys? All right, so here it is, the Ram TRX. Now, this one obviously is at a dealer, but it's Sunday. You know, being in the business, I didn't want to be that guy that shows up and has no intentions to buy this, because one, I just don't want it. I don't want it that bad, and it's not the one that I would buy. But anyways, with that being said, here it is, the Ram TRX with the 6.2 liter supercharged Hellcat engine that has 707 horsepower in the Raptor Fighter. I mean, this thing is a beast. 0 to 60 is, I think they say like 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds, I think. I don't remember. But this thing is huge. It's gigantic. I love the color. And then down here, we've got the Wrangler Territory tires. These are 35-inch tires. Also, one thing to point out is these tires actually first debuted on the Bronco, but they've been put on the Ram TRX, and they've been kind of specifically tuned for the TRX. And I gotta say, those wheels, I'm not entirely a fan of. I would definitely spend the extra money to get the bead locks. But I mean, the suspension components are just huge. Look at the size of that A-arm. I mean, that is impressive. And the size of that shock and spring. I mean, this is a big truck, don't get me wrong. So I mean, everything needs to be beefy. Now, something that's interesting that I noticed is, see this vent right here? So that's part of it being flared out. But if you look, I hope you guys can see that, but you can actually see through it. It's a functional, where the air goes through here and exits through here. Now, something that I think is interesting is the back, you get the same type of vents, but on the back, they're fake, which is interesting. I thought that was, I thought those were functional. And then, but look at the size of this shot, guys. This is the Bilstein, the Blackhawk E2. And this thing is just huge. I mean, look at the size of that coil spring. Like, here's my hand. Like, this thing is just, it's wild. But anyways, guys, it's super awesome. And then I think the truck looks fantastic. And then look at the size of these exhaust tips real quick. You can fit, watch this, I can fit the whole camera in the exhaust.
Like, it's huge. I bet this thing sounds incredible. Steel bumper. This truck also has the optional tire carrier in the bed, which again, something I wouldn't get. If you don't get that or that saves you about $3,000, and you can just get the better wheels, which I would definitely want to do. But this truck is super awesome. So as you guys know, this is supposed to compete with the Raptor, although currently I still think this thing is better than even the just announced Gen 3 Raptor. They are going to make a Raptor R to compete more with this. It's supposed to have a V8, but I mean, this thing is just so mean looking. I just love the way it looks. All right, so inside the TRX, I mean, this thing is just awesome. This is a leather and suede and carbon fiber wrapped steering wheel. You get nice big metal paddles on here. The well-known 12-inch Ram screen here, and then carbon fiber all around here. The red start button, carbon fiber here over the cup holders. You get suede along here, which this will probably get messed up a lot, but you know, who knows. You get carbon fiber here, and also if you press this, I didn't know that, but you actually get some storage space in here, so you know, you put your phone or whatever in there. So that's pretty cool. This one's also got the full panoramic sunroof. And I gotta tell you guys, this thing is just so nice on the inside. And again, being the TRX, you don't get the rotary shifter. They've moved that, and now you get a regular style shifter, as well as then here you've got your launch control, your 4 low and high, your different TRX modes. This thing is just wild. Now this one's still got obviously all the plastic and stuff in it, but the amount of space in the back is just ridiculous. And in the back seats, you get heated and cooled seats. So this thing is pretty awesome. I really like this truck. And yeah, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. This thing's stickers for $92,000. So this thing, just to give you an idea, this truck costs $9,000 more than my Corvette did. Isn't that wild? It's just crazy. Now obviously this one, like I said, has a bunch of extra options, like the ram bar, the spare tire. These things right here, these aren't standard. These are an optional extra. You also get this little bed mount right here, so you can step up into the bed, which will make it easier. So yeah, got a few optional extras on it, but this thing is just a beast, and I've really wanted to see one of these in person because I love this truck. And I think if I was going to buy either this or a Raptor, at the moment I'm still picking this. I just think it looks awesome. But anyways guys, so there's the first look at the TRX. Hope you guys enjoyed the video on the seats. I hope you found it helpful and enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure to click that bell notification so you guys get notified for more videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. I really want one of these now.